Hello everyone and welcome back to another 327th Star Corps video. Today we'll be discussing the hidden truth of Mcffbn within the 327th Star Corps and her darker past. Before we continue, only a small percentage of you watching are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking the video, consider subscribing. It's free, and it really helps out a lot. Now, let's get into it. Earth. Who is Mcffbn? Mcffbn is a name many of you recognize. A lieutenant of Fort Secura's Blade, respected by some, trusted by many. But what if I told you that trust might be misplaced? You see, Mcffbn isn't just Secura's Blade leadership. She's also closely tied to upper command in the 327th. On the surface, it all seems fine. Dual roles, extra responsibility, commitment to the 327th. But behind the scenes, things start to look different. Mcffbn has been working closely with a known CISO operative, Mcffbn. For those of you who don't know, CISO's ultimate goal is to undermine and destroy the 327th from the inside. So, when Mcffbn decided to join forces with them, it was a direct attack on everything the 327th stands for. And Mcffbn, she's been right there, working with them. The Fort Snow Incident. Let's talk about the Fort Snow Incident. Mcffbn hosted a 4 versus 4 defensive training on Fort Snow, a massive frontline zone map that's normally built for around 25 players on each side. But instead of a full-scale battle, only 8 people showed up. You can probably guess how that went. No one could even make it to terminal. The map was too open, and with so few people, they just got sniped over and over again. It was a disaster from the start. Then J1AMESS, James, pulled up and called it out directly. He said, and I quote, "Why would you ever host this, MC?" In front of everyone, Mcffbn was put on the spot. The entire thing made her look unprepared and, honestly, out of touch with what a proper training should be. But instead of taking responsibility, Mcffbn tried to shift the blame onto Cookies 334647, falsely claiming that he had suggested the map. This was a blatant attempt to deflect blame and avoid accountability for her own failure to properly prepare the event. Nar 3. Crude Brain Rot sent to Torrent Company. Mcffbn sent a series of bizarre and immature messages to T2 Torrent Company, packed with phrases like Holy Giat and Holy Hawk Tua. These weren't just one-off jokes. She used them repeatedly, even in serious conversations. For instance, when a member shared relationship struggles, her response was Holy Hawk Tua. It wasn't just the odd phrases, but the tone was completely childish. Instead of engaging in meaningful dialogue, Mcffbn hid behind these ridiculous expressions. Torrent Company rightly called it out, pointing to a complete lack of maturity and character. Subturf, Mcffbn's shameful accession into CISO. Perhaps the most damning part of Mcffbn's story is her accession into CISO, the cult of the evil society to overturn the 327th Star Corps. This isn't just a minor slip-up, this is a clear betrayal. CISO's ultimate goal has always been to undermine and destroy the 327th from the inside. So, when Mcffbn decided to join forces with them, it was a direct attack on everything the 327th stands for. Mcffbn didn't just join CISO for a small role either. She was working closely with Mcffbn, a notorious CISO member known for trying to tear down the 327th from within. By allying herself with these figures, Mcffbn showed her true intentions, working against the very group she was meant to support. But Mcffbn's decision to join CISO wasn't just about betrayal. It came out of outrage after James Keen Hunnison condemned her failed Fort Snow event. Instead of taking responsibility for her failure, she lashed out and chose to go further, conspiring with Mcffbn to punt export CISO and profit through hotkey bribery. This wasn't a decision made on impulse. It was a calculated effort to align herself with those who could help her gain power and wealth, even if it meant sabotaging the 327th. Her actions were not just a mistake. They were a calculated betrayal of everything the 327th stands for. Conclusion. That wraps up today's video on Mcffbn and her actions within the 327th. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.